guys, how is it going? If you're looking to get a motorcycle, if you're interested in them at all, if they've caught your eye, or if you've just been looking at them for years now and you just haven't pulled the trigger, this is going to be the video to watch. I'm going to go over really like this is what you're going to want to watch before you buy a motorcycle, right? I'm going to go over a lot of things like the hidden costs of it, what it's really like to ride as somebody who's only been riding for a little bit now, and who loves it. So let's go over those things with you guys, starting off with what you don't expect. Okay, everybody knows or has a good idea of once they see or hear a motorcycle go by that this is going to be very fun, it's going to be very exhilarating, and those are all right, and even amplified by 2x multiples. I mean, it really does feel insane to be on this thing. I mean, yeah, sure, you get used to it after a little bit, but after you step off for a couple hours, you immediately want to get back on it. So that feeling is never truly gone. Anyways, let's get back into the unexpected, okay? When you're first looking at a motorcycle, you're really thinking about the motorcycle. You're not thinking about your helmet. You're not thinking about your gear. You're not really thinking about that too much. Actually, some of you guys might be thinking about getting a cool helmet, and that's the only piece of gear you have on your mind, and everything else is just thrown to the side. And although if I had to pick the most important gear, obviously I have to go with wearing a helmet, because that's kind of like, you know, you could have your whole body amputated, as long as if your brain's sitting there, you could still kind of be alive. But yeah, so my first point is going to be don't overlook gear, okay? For me, I kind of got some gear from the person I got my motorcycle from off Marketplace, and although it was good at the time, some of my gear still does not fit. Like today, I went to Fox Power Sport. I'm in Grand Rapids, and Noah, actually, shout out to you, Noah, really great guy, helped me get fitted for a helmet, because my current helmet is a KYT TT Revo. Although I just made a video on them, praising them, I will still love the helmets, but mine is just a little bit too big, and the large didn't fit my head shape that good and was just too tight to house any microphones. So Noah actually recommended me the LS2 Dragon, and that worked pretty good. I went with an XL, and I might size down for pads, whatever, okay? It's a great looking helmet. My point being, don't overlook this stuff, guys. Like, it's gonna be a little bit of money, but you can get into a good helmet for even like $200-300, right? So that's the first unexpected thing, gear and cost. I would say you're looking to spend a total of at least $1,000 to $1,500 on gear. I would say at least $1,000, right? Like that's the bare minimum. If you went with like everything that's like just kind of what you need, nothing above and beyond, and that's totally fine, but just be expecting that. Also, assuming you're buying your bike used for your first bike, at least, I would assume that there's going to be a couple things you need to replace right off the bat. Probably you're going to need some tires. You might need to, for sure, check your chain tension, grease and lube it up. Those are just some simple things, but if you don't know what you're doing, they can be fairly difficult. Like, I mean, they were difficult for me at one point, because it's the first time for everything, right? So just do your research into those things, and be aware that you're going to have to fix up and maintain your bike. Now, as a bad example, I bought this ZXXR, and I had to do fork seals. I had to replace the whole front air intake, because that made the whole front end basically flap about, because the air intake is actually what's securing it. Anyways, point being, I had to do a lot of work to this bike. It was expected. I was in for the ride, but just know that, like, some bikes you're going to need to put more work into, and that's just kind of how they are. Now, with that being said, let's move on to our next topic of topic of not knowing, topic of stuff you might not expect, right? That is going to be, let's just go with the safety part, but the difference is you're actually the one on the bike experiencing it, right? So you hear a lot of people say bikes are not safe. I'm going to say a point that I've said multiple times this channel that I feel probably one of the only people that have said this, okay? I think that watching other people ride motorcycles is a lot more scary, especially when they're doing their crazy stuff, than it is to actually be on one. That's not trying to mitigate the danger. That's not trying to say nothing's going to happen to me. That's not saying that. I'm just saying I feel much better when I'm in control and I'm on my motorcycle versus watching some other dude go out and flip his bike 3 times because he's trying to be reckless. So just know, if you're scared of that, keep the scared part of your mind, but just kind of push it towards the back a little bit, you know? Like, just ride safe and everything should be fine. I mean, I'm not saying it will be, but That's just a risk you take. And like another thing is the risk, guys. Like it is a big risk. So before you get into it, you have to be willing to take that risk. So, I mean, if you're not, or if you're unsure, I would maybe ask to ride a buddy's bike around. Maybe he'll let you just kind of get a feel for stuff, how it's going, how it feels. And yeah, okay. I would say another thing, right? And this is going to kind of go fully different topic. This is going about females, right? It didn't even come to my attention. Like when I got my bike, I got it because I like engines, I like the bikes, I like how they look, I like how they sound. That's why I got it. It came to my attention that some dudes literally get bikes to get girls. And let me tell you, it's not always going to be that way. Now, if I were to sit here and tell you that having a bike didn't bring you some more female interaction sometimes, I'd be lying. Like for me, I've got maybe like, let's say I got like a couple girls to ride on the back of the bike. They asked me whatever. I think honestly, there's probably 2, maybe 3, I can't remember, that I've given rides to, got their number, etc., whatever. And I've owned it, and I've been riding and owning a bike for like 4 months, 3-4 months. So like maybe expect your time on a bike to girls on the back ratio to be somewhere around that, maybe. But again, like there is no correlation. I could easily go another year and not have a single other girl want to ride the bike. So what I'm trying to say is don't get into bikes to get girls. It's not a correlation. It doesn't work. And to be honest, if you're looking to find this perfect girl who's like this perfect person, she probably won't even want to get on your bike anyway, because she's going to realize the danger and be like, heck yeah, sorry, I'm not getting on your bike with you because, you know, I've never been on a bike and I don't trust you. And that's like probably what's going to happen if she's, you know, probably more than half of the girls are not going to want to get on the bike because they're scared, and that rightfully so, right? And then you have to think about, do you have gear for them? The answer is probably no, because I sure don't. I don't carry around a full set of, you know, small sized gear to give people a ride. I don't. So yeah, don't get into it for that. And with that being said, don't get into it for the wrong reasons whatsoever. Get into it only if you like motorcycles and you're willing to take the risk. That's it. That's all. And the side things will come. I mean, yeah, sure. There will be more moments with females and it'll be cool, but this isn't some magical thing like that's meant for girls. It's literally meant just to like have fun on. So don't think about it like that at all. It kind of still blows my mind that some people just think about it for that reason. You would have a much better chance just like, you know, talking to people in person, because the helmet has to come off at some point. So your tinted visor is only going to last you guys so long, you know. Anyways, what's another thing? What is another thing that I'm going to tell you guys here today on that you probably don't know, right? Like you're looking to get a bike, you don't know this. Let me think. Okay, here's the awesome one, guys. And this is what I just thought of right now. If you are not a problem solver, unless you got a ton of money, don't get a bike, okay? Or unless you got a brother or friend that knows how to do it, whatever. I'm not saying bikes are the hardest thing in the world. I would argue, not even an argument, cars are much harder to work on than bikes. Get a $50 front and rear stand and you can get this thing in the air and work on basically whatever you need, right? But with that being said, there are things that are going to go wrong. There are. I don't care if you have a 2026 like I had, or I don't care if you have a 2015 like I have now. Yeah, I went back 10 years. So what? It's like, I've had issues with this bike, still have issues now that I need to fix, but what I'm getting at, guys, is if you are the type of person who just brings your bike to the dealership all the time, you're going to be losing a lot of money. I mean, like, I don't understand it. Same with cars. That I can include that conversation too. People who bring their cars or bikes to dealerships, I don't understand it. If you have, you know, just get some tools, devote some time to it, and watch a couple YouTube videos and you'll be able to do it. Yes, I know I probably have, like, you know, access to some tools that other people might not have access to, but still, it's like, just get a general set of tools, watch some YouTube videos and try to figure it out. Because, you know, if you want to, let's say, I don't know, like replace these grips, are you really send it to a shop to do that? If you want to have your chain replaced, are you really going to send it to a shop to do that? The only thing I've sent my bike to a shop for is I took my wheels off the bike and I had them put on new wheels. Simply because, one, I don't know how to do it, and two, I don't have a wheel stand to like put the new wheel on. So that's pretty justified in my opinion. Now, with that being said, long story short, do as much work as you can, and if you're really not a handy person, be prepared to spend some money on, you know, your maintenance. Okay, guys, I think that pretty much covered what I want to cover in this video. I'm trying to think, do I have anything else for you? And If I did, it kind of be dragging the video on a little bit. So let me know if you guys want a part 2 on this. Kind of like, you know, saying apart, saying more things about what you probably don't expect and get a bike. But yeah, guys, as usual, you know, ride safe. I will see you all in the next one. Of course, peace out.